Hi guys, this is Nightmare Thief on YouTube. Hello. Today I want to talk about something that's very close to me after seeing recent events in the media world, if you will, and a few other bits and pieces. Today I want to try and help this. It's been going on for ages. Breaking the stigma of mental health. So, I mean, obviously, how do we define mental health? Well, it's a level of a physiological well-being or an absence of a mental disorder as the physiological state of someone who is functioning at a satisfactory level of emotional and behavioural adjustment. Now, these sorts of things can be like any forms of anxiety, low self-esteem, any form of depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, those sorts of things we all class as mental health. Now, the thing I'm personally going to be hopefully talking and not rambling on about is one that personally affects myself, which is depression. Just in the hopes to sort of make an awareness of it. I mean, I know loads of people know about it, and I know loads of people sort of like do campaigns and shit about this, but it's something that needs to be spoken about because not a lot of people know exactly what depression is. People will often just tell you it's you just being really sad and really emotional, and they don't see it as anything that can hold you back personally in what you are or what you want to be. I mean, I've been thinking of how to do this video, and I was thinking of whether to script it out or anything, but I think if I do that, it sort of takes it away from the rawness of it, if that makes any sense. So basically what made me think about making this video is a member of my family asking not exactly what it is, but how would I know personally, like how do I know if I'm depressed? How do I know if I'm going to be depressed? And first of all, it isn't just you're having a bad day, get over it. It's not just someone being sad. It's not teenage angst. It's a lot worse than that. It's actually proven that it's a chemical imbalance in your brain. At least that's how it was described to me. So it is a mental illness. You know, nobody ever sees it like that, but that's what it is. I mean, and it is hereditary, which until I got diagnosed with it ages ago, I didn't know, and a lot of people don't know. My mother had it and my father had it, and unfortunately my father passed on, but I mean that was through different circumstances anyway. But my mother suffers terribly with it. I mean, I'm one of those people that can get on with life and get on with it, but sometimes it really affects someone, and there isn't a light at the end of the tunnel for them, and it gets worse and it gets worse and it gets worse until literally they feel like they are on their own 24/7. There is no one there for them, and that's not the case. There is ways that you can cope with it. There's medications out there, and you can do counselling for it, and I mean it's whatever helps you cope personally. But yeah, this isn't a video just for that. It's just to help raise awareness, to help beat that stigma of that nobody can talk about mental health, because there's such a taboo on it, that nobody ever wants to go out there and go, oh, do I or don't I talk about it or anything. But yeah, I mean, my personal experiences are, I could not tell you from one day to the next how I'm going to be. I could not wake up one day and go and decide I'm going to be depressed. I could wake up in a perfectly good mood. I don't know how it is for anyone else. And later on in the day, it just decreases until you don't want to do nothing. You can't be able to get up. You don't want to see no one. You don't think you're worthy of anything. It's a horrible, absolutely horrible mental issue. I mean, and there's some pretty bad ones out there. Depression isn't the only one. Don't get me wrong. But for me personally, it's the worst thing to have because you hate yourself so much that you think everything else, everything else matters by yourself, which isn't right. I mean, how can I go back? I mean, you feel like, and it goes for any sort of like mental health as well, that because it's all in your head, in your noggin, that you need something physical for someone to actually notice, for a cry of help. You need something physical there. And I think that's where self-harming comes into a great it's not the best thing, but it's almost as if to show someone that there is something wrong with you, that there isn't that you're not getting by just day to day, you know, that you need help. And I think that's why most people sort of do self-harming, that either one, it's to have something else to show why you're upset, why you're hurt, why you cry, why you get so emotional, and you concentrate on the pain of it being a physical pain rather than an emotional pain. But also at the same time, it's like if you're hurt, if someone can see you're hurt, that they take more notice and they want to know what's wrong, rather than, well, because they can't see it, you might just be a bit sad one day. You know, it's some. I mean, that's me personally. I don't know about anyone else. But yeah, I mean, I don't usually do videos like this, so it's really weird for me to keep on track. Generally, why I don't do them, but so yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, with mental health, we need to make people feel that there is someone out there to talk to them, whether you know them personally or not, whether it's over the internet or not, if it's going up to someone and just asking them how their day is. A simple conversation can do so much for someone, and you wouldn't even know it. You wouldn't know how you've managed to change a single mood they're in. You wouldn't know how happy you've made them for someone to realise. And it can be a complete stranger. I mean, obviously there's dangers and stuff in that, but just generally picking up the phone and texting someone, or calling someone, or asking someone just how their day's gone, you don't realise how much that could mean to someone. I mean, it's such a, like I said, it's such a taboo thing to talk about and to express, and because not a lot is known about it, and people always shy away from those sorts of issues. And the thing is, some of the best people I happen to know probably suffer with some form of it. Again, you know, you've got the depression, you've got anxieties, you've got your low self-esteem, you've got your bipolar, your schizophrenia, your personality disorders, and people can get on in life with them. And what really, I don't know if it irks me or not, is people like to use it as a fashion statement. There was a thing going around a few years ago with this celebrity, which I'm not even gonna bother wasting my time mentioning their name, because I fucking hate them. Where teenage girls were slitting their wrists and putting it on social media sites to support this person. Now, that sort of thing really, really irks me, because there's people out there that generally suffer with this, and it's almost become like a fashion statement, that you're not cool enough if you don't have something wrong with you, which really, really aggravates me so much. And that's not the case. The case is there's it's not something you want to do. It's something that you feel like you have to do. It's not something that you want to do and share with people. Even though, because if you do, you're sort of like classed as attention seeking. And then, I mean, some of these can get really bad. It can lead to suicide. Most suicides are caused by mental health. You know, and it can be set off by something so simple and, you know, so tiny, and it can just escalate and escalate and escalate. But yeah, I mean, I've probably rambled, probably not made any sense. But I mean, this is just a video to try and start off like something. I mean, again, people got questions about it, they'll ask you. I mean, I'm happy to talk about it. I'm happy to answer what I can, you know. And there's some people that can't do that, but I think that needs to change. I think we need to look at it in a different light, in the sense that it is something we can talk about. It isn't something that has to be hushed away, and you should take great pride in who you are. You should, whether you're skinny, whether you're fat, whether you've got something wrong with you, whether you haven't, whether you're just a normal person or not. You should always take pride in someone that you are, and I think that's the main message I want to get out there, that it doesn't matter who you are or where you've come from. You can be someone amazing. Be like, wherever you've grown up from, whatever background you come from, that should not stop you being who you are. It should not stop you achieving what you want to achieve. It's never an excuse. My foster mum told me something that's stuck with me for ages, and basically is you can always play the victim, or you can be a survivor. You can show people just how strong you are by just doing normal everyday things, not being stuck in the past, not blaming, being able to do something, or not getting something, or going down the wrong path in life by the choices that were made in your childhood, by things that happened to you, that led to certain things happening in your life. It's never an excuse, because you can rise above it and you can be like, do you know what? Fuck you. I can do this. I can show everybody that tells me I can't do it, or everybody that destroyed my life, I can show them exactly what I can make of myself. And that is the biggest achievement I think anyone can ever make. So yeah, I mean, a bit of a serious one. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty new to these video things. I probably rambled on about shit and whatever. But basically, yeah, I think this mental health stigma, it needs to stop. It needs awareness, and the more people that get help with it, the better, I think. So yeah, that's really it, guys. And yeah, I just hope that one day that it wouldn't be such a bad thing to talk about. Okay, bye.
You're not hopeless. You're not worthless. You are loved.